Hi, Dougie Burt from Douglas Second World. Here with Stuart Grice. How you going, Stuart?
Yeah, I'm good, Dougie. How are you?
Oh, fantastic. Been fishing all week, mate. Yep.
Nice for some.
Yes, testing product was the
Yep.
word.
Yeah. And how did that go for you, Dougie?
Oh, it was really good. We went over to the Montebello's in Western Australia, out from Karratha / somewhere near there.
Yep.
And we had 25 to 33 knot winds most of the time.
Yep.
But we went with Blue Lightning Tours, charter boat.
Yep.
And really good setup. And they really put it on for us. It's great.
Yeah,
considering the weather, they made it work. And we did a lot of land based, we did a lot of stick baits and poppers at GTs and trevally and mackerel and stuff like that.
Yep.
Lots of bottom fishing, all jigs, so Lacanis jigs. Oh my
Yep.
gosh, so good, so good. Lacanis and Baku.
Mm.
And we're fishing 60 metres, catching
That's
red
those
emperors.
ones, if no one knows.
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
That's it. Catching red emperor, coral trout, rankin cod, all the bottom species, and nannyguys and stuff. It was great. Good. Yeah. So I actually learned a little bit about it. It's using nice Shimano gear.
That's
Thank you,
good.
Shimano. Very good. So, Stu, let's get on to the fishing report for this weekend, 13th, 14th, 15th of June.
Yes.
2025. Okay, guys, I looked at the weather just a minute ago. Now, I looked at about 2 hours ago, and they head down for tomorrow, tomorrow and Saturday, like 15 knot southwest, go to southerly, southwest, picking up to about 20 knots during the day on Saturday.
Yep.
Sunday was similar.
Yep.
It now is showing Saturday as a top of about 12 knots and about 6 to 8 most of the day.
Yep.
Then it's dropping out in the afternoon. Sunday is like 6 to 8 knots all day.
Yeah, good.
It's changed.
Yeah.
So it's
If
looking
it
really
stays
good.
that way, it looks good.
Don't hold us to that.
Yeah.
That was on windy. Check it yourself right now if you want to. But that's what it's showing at the moment.
Yep.
And that's on like the 24 fathom reef off the seaway.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, check it out. The weather looks not too bad, folks. And we're just coming off the full moon. So that should be really good, I reckon, Stu. Yeah. So what reports have we got for this week out wide? Now, if you guys did get out, actually, I saw Tiger got a heap of deep dropping fish a couple of days ago.
Yep.
Got smashed the blue eyes. They got
Barcod.
Yeah, barcod. Harpooker actually, but definitely barcod.
Yep.
I know the guys getting flamies as well at the moment, Stu,
Yep.
off the point lookout area.
Yep.
And also plenty of kingies on that sort of 250 metre mark. Yeah.
Yep.
So I think Jack and Tim are going tomorrow, right?
They are.
It's Friday,
Yes.
the 13th.
Yep.
So see how they go. But they're going to do dropping, and pearlies have been unbelievable. So they've been rocking up in the close reefs too, Stuart.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we fished before work last week on Sunday.
Yep.
Sunday.
Yep.
And just plastic fished around that 18, 24 fathom range, and we actually got a few doggies. So
Yeah, good.
a few pearlies and that type of thing. Not big ones, just small ones.
Yeah.
But it's good to see. You know?
I was speaking on the charter boats before, and they were out on 36s a couple of days ago, and they bagged out. Charter boat bagged out on pearlies apparently.
Yeah.
And good size as well on the 36s, on the back of the 36s.
Yep.
50s I've just been going off out in that 100 metre line. So this weekend, if you're going to go chase pearl perch, remember the bag limit is 4 per person. There is no boat limit. It's just 4 per person. So 10 guys, 40 fish, 2 guys, 8 fish.
Yep.
Snapper do have a limit though, 8 per boat maximum. And per person or
1 over 70.
1 over 70, that's right.
Yeah.
And 2 maximum per boat, I think it is.
Correct.
Yeah. So remember the rules, please, and make sure your fish are always over by at least 1 centimetre because they do shrink on ice in this cold weather.
They do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and Stu, so let's move in. So the 50 fathoms, we obviously know jigging.
Yep.
Kingies,
Jigging, so
amberjack.
kingies,
Yep.
amberjack,
So
few
we've got
Samson, that type of thing.
We got these new divers in, Stu.
Yeah, they do.
They look really good.
Got a full range coming. We've got bits and pieces at the moment, but
Yep.
definitely enough. Look, 280, 200. I think we've also got some 190s.
180s, 190s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Quite a long style jig. Easy to use because they are quite hydrodynamic.
Okay, nice word.
Yeah.
Yep.
And look, they're going to catch fish. Rigged, big, solid, single hook on them. Ready to go straight out the packet. Dougie,
Yep.
cast jigs, so a bit of a proven performer for us out here.
That they are,
Yep.
and some really good holographics on the front and full lumen on the back, twin assists on the top there, and very, very sharp and very good hook.
Yep.
These things have been well and truly proven off the Gold Coast here for kingies and amberjacks.
Yep.
Stewie, now this is one of our favourites.
Fast flip.
Fast flip, which we had for about a month or so in the store now.
So lots of pearlies on this type of
A
thing.
lot of pearlies.
As well as in this bigger size, 210 grams, easy jigging for kingies and amberjack and
that's right.
things like that too.
And assist top and bottom.
Yep.
Dressed assist, so really good value, bang for buck.
Yep.
And that one actually glows Lumar as well. It's a good colour.
Yep.
There's quite a few colours in it.
Yep.
But we've never run out of those. At the moment, we've got more coming though.
Yep.
These have been a
They're good.
hot proven one. This one
they're very
here,
good.
smooth reactor. These are a great lure as well. Quite compact, quite heavy. This one's around about
300 grams.
300 grams, but very compact, so very easy to work. And we'll get down there really quick to the bottom. Super Luma on the top.
Yep.
A range of colours in those too. And we've got all the gear here, the hooks and rings and
and all
split
that
rings
stuff.
to set it up for you. But so the jigging for the King's been really good on the 50 fathom reef. You need to get around about 20, if you've got this in pen and paper there. So south is about 27.42 and east is about 153.43. So if you look around that area, you'll find lots of terrain because it's about a mile by about a mile or K and a half by K and a half. So if you look around those numbers, you will find the grounds.
Yep.
Yeah, and you see the boats.
Yeah.
Guys jigging. Great fun. The fish are up to 20 kilos actually. They're quite good size.
Yeah, they're good size at the moment. Yep.
And average about 4 to 6 or 8 kilo.
Yep.
And we will get dusted, unfortunately, on the bottom by those big ones.
Yep.
Now, in the same area for kingies, we got snapper and we got pearl perch, which is all out in the 50 fathom reef and a bit further out. And as I was saying earlier, these sort of Lacanis type jigs, Baku type jigs, we have a massive range, probably the biggest range in Queensland or Australia, I don't know, of this type of thing, in all brands. Downstairs, and the common size to use is, as Stu always says, a gram a metre.
Yeah, generally a gram per metre.
Or a bit over.
So
up to about 50% more. So 100 metres up to 150 grams sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so on. So we have all that downstairs and they are very productive. And as I said, in WA, they just work unbelievable over there as well. And they were probably ahead of us about 20 years ago doing this exact thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stewie, so we'll now come into the fads on the 36 and 50s. A few dollies still around?
Yeah, still a few dollies around. Just float lining half pillies this time of year is definitely better option.
I heard
This
this
is
is striped mail on too much.
Yeah, just out around that 150 to 300 metre top stuff.
Yeah, sorry, you're going to use pillies?
Yeah, so half pillies, light leader, and just about a 3-0. So they're not massive fish, but you will get a feed of them.
Yeah, try and run about 30, 40 pound fluorocarbon leader and check every dolphin fish every time you catch one because they will shape it up a bit and cut it and retie it. Real quick, straight back out. Stewie, 36 fathoms, snapper.
Tuskies.
Tuskies, a lot of big tuskies at the moment, a lot of Murray cod as well, cobra as well. It's all happening out there on the 36, both east and northeast and down off Tweed as well. It's been really good. The current's not too bad, 0.6 to 0.8 if not, so it's really, really good. If you want to come in closer to the 24 fathoms, they've arrived. So in massive numbers. So the long-tailed tuna are out there in swarms. So you can't. So the mackerel, they're still right. There's still Spanish mackerel out there as well. They're down deep on the bottom. You'll get them on liveys. You get them on float lining. They'll bite you off all the time. Use a wire rig on your liveys. You can control the downrigger. You can get them. You probably can get them jigging as well, but make sure you run wire assist. But the thing is that you can't get down to them because the long-tailed tuna are grabbing your bait before it gets down to the mackerel. That's a good problem to have. The long-tail tastes great. They're great fun to catch. They're beautiful looking fish. Tick all the boxes. But you've just, well, if you're going to get mackerel, you've got to get through them. And that applies to snapper as well. You've got to try and get through the long-tailed tuna to get to the snapper. That's so many long-tailed tuna out there.
Yeah,
and they're everywhere.
There's a fair few.
And it doesn't matter if you're on the 18s or the 24 fathom reefs, they are there. So if you're going to have some fun, just pretend you're fishing for snapper and you will catch long-tailed tuna. Yeah, okay. Not so much with the paternoster rig though. The other thing that's been happening at the moment, obviously the full moon is happening at the moment, is definitely mulloway. So there's a lot of mulloway on the 12 and 18 fathom reefs at the moment, the blocks.
The blocks up off Strati.
Off Strati there. Sunjack was out there during the week and got a really nice stewie. He's getting longtail as well, obviously. All the fishing that he does, he's crazy for it. But yeah, it's all happening. So the inside reefs are just a real hot fishery at the moment. And snapper, of course, as well. Yeah, and Taylor on the beaches too. So the other thing, if you know what you're doing, I'm not going to say go and do it because I can't say that, but if you know what you're doing, you may catch a few tailor on the surf, trolling little hard body lures, shallow diving ones, dropping back about 20 metres, 30 metres behind you, and just troll. There is no swell at the moment. It will pick up a bit though.
It's picking up at the moment.
Yeah, just be careful.
Yeah.
Or you can go behind the surf and cast back into the gutter with metals.
Yep.
But a lot of tailor. We're getting those tailor and the odd doggy mackerel as well. Yep.
Yeah. So just spinning things like this.
Yep.
I done it on Tuesday Arvo, got a few. Wasn't too bad.
Yep.
Small stuff, always better. Little hard bodies, like Dougie said. That little fishcraft one's been really good up the pin as well.
Yeah, weighs 30 grams. It's a great lure for casting as well. And Stu, may you divulge where you caught those tailor, mate?
Just along straighty in the gutter.
Oh, it's very close. Okay.
Look, you just
look
got
for good water.
You got to look for good water. You got to look for a bit of water movement. You don't want a gutter that's just filling up and that's it.
Yeah.
Bit of a rip out the back's always good. Look for birds diving or bait fish jumping and stuff like that. Hang around there. If there's nothing there in a couple of casts, move to the next one.
Great thing to do on jet skis, because if you've got a jet ski, most of those guys jump waves anyhow, know what they're doing.
Yep.
But you can zip out of waves way quite quickly.
Yep.
Otherwise, if you're just on your own, you need to be wary and have the motor going all the time.
Yep.
And just be careful. If you have someone with you, make sure he knows what he's doing.
Make sure you always have the pointy bit facing out.
Into the waves. Yep. Anyhow, if the swell's picks up over a metre, you wouldn't do it. Don't do it. No. It's got to be half a metre or less, where it's just a little ripple break on the shoreline. That's perfect.
They're still pretty big ripples, but yeah.
Okay, so, and spanner crabs is probably the next thing I want to talk about. Spanner crabs have been really good as well. 52 metres deep, straight off Q1. You'll see the guys down there doing it, and that's a good area at the moment too. Anything else offshore at all, Stu? The whales haven't really turned up yet, mate?
I saw a few whales on Tuesday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, about time. They're very late this year.
Yeah.
So just watch out for those whales. And last year there's a lot of boating accidents, so please be wary. They do just pop up in front of you when you're doing 20 knots. So it's a bit scary. Yep. Okay. That's a bit offshore, I think. We'll head now up to jumping pins, Stuart.
Yeah, so lots of tailor up there the last couple of days as well. Top of the tide, early morning, lots of tailor. Before and after sneezes, tailor. Look, there's been a few longtail in the bar itself. Mac tuna, Dougie. Heard reports of Spanish mackerel in the pin bar as well. Tuesday morning.
Wow.
Yep.
There you go. Yep. So they'll be chasing the bait. So if you had a look on the Facebook today, it's Thursday, there were many photos of big schools of bait fish on the beaches. So they will come into the estuary. And the tailor will come in with them into the estuary. And as Stewie said, the pin bar entrance all the way down to probably the slipping sands and down to tipplers in both directions and west to nearly
Cabbage Tree.
Probably Cabbage Tree. Yeah. The tailor will be in those areas.
Yeah.
So casting little metals like Stu showed earlier.
Yeah, a bit smaller metals. So
like the sort of thing. Or that one there, Stu's a bit windy.
Yeah, if it's windy, you can use these little fellas there. That's still 21 grams, so you can still cast a long way, but it's very small.
Yep. Or troll lures around in this sort of fashion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or cast lures in that fashion.
Yep.
Will work very well. And give that a go. Or just even little flatty lures. Troll does really get tailor all the time as bycatch. Yeah. Yep. Flatties, Stu. What's happening on the flathead scene?
Oh, well, we've got a competition next week, so I can't say much.
I'll tell you.
There's been a few around. Look, there's been a few around. I'll definitely be trying to look around. The key is this time of year, it's always going to be hard because it's got that rapid cooling. So it's the first week, we've had westerlies all week. It's pretty cold. The water temperature's dropping very quickly. They do get a little bit dormant, very slow. But I'd be fishing shallow water, fishing runoffs and things like that as the tide drops out. And
would you be casting and sort of things?
Yeah, so shallow water, I'd be throwing that type of thing. They want to get up in that warmer water. Obviously, the sun heats it up a bit quicker.
Yep.
So they get up there. I'd be throwing hard bodies up there or soft plastics, like that type of thing.
Yep.
Lightly weighted jig heads. As the tide drops off the banks, I'd be fishing that water that's coming off the bank because it's warmer. And I'd be trying to find clean water, Dougie, with bait in.
Yep. That'll be on the high tide, which is about 8:30, 9 o'clock on Saturday or 9 o'clock on Sunday. Still, once that tide starts to drop, after about 2 hours, we'll be doing that on the first run out tide.
Yep.
Starts to get a bit dirtier. The banks are starting to come out. I'll start dropping into the channels on those little drains that run out.
Yep.
What would you be doing with
Mate, I'd probably be trolling, mate. So chuck some lures out, cover a bit of ground, catch a few fish. Deep and medium-sized divers.
Yep.
and just let them out probably around about 15, 20 metres behind the boat.
So, Stu, this comp you're fishing, is it the Wilson?
This is the Wilson Elite round one.
So you get. I'm normally on the team, but I won't be here. So, Stu, you going to miss me a little bit?
It's going to be an enjoyable day. It's going to be very laid back, and we're going to catch some fish. Fishing with your son Jack, actually, Dougie, this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
he's
So a three-man
protege-
team.
Protege, mate.
Yeah, it's good, but he listens, so it's good.
Yeah.
And he's always, he's like a, I don't know, he kind of looks up to me a little bit, I think. So it's good. Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't had that feeling yet from my son. Okay, Stewie. So we got any whiting around the
still slipping sands
in those lagoons.
Yeah, slipping sands in the end of the south. Yep. In those shallow lagoons, definitely.
Yep.
Look, as the water cools down, they probably tend to go more up the back blocks, Dougie, chase that warm water. I'd be having a look up around Cabbage Tree top area as well. As that tide runs in, fish those freshly covered banks up that way.
And I hear there's still mud crabs and still prawns around.
Yeah, still a few prawns in the Logan and up at the salt works. Still muddies in the Logan.
I heard at Rudy Mars
on the low tide on
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, okay. And Monday too, actually.
Monday, yeah.
Oh, yes, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Rudy Mars has been really good as well, which is sort of halfway between Cabbage Street Point and Horizon Shores.
Yep, that's right. Still a few threadies up there too, so.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, we'll come down the Broadwater end of town. So, Stu, the squid are on.
Squid are on.
The water's finally clearing up and the squid are showing up, which we said would happen.
Yeah.
So, normal spots, Bigra,
Runaway Bay Marina.
Runaway Bay Marina in front of that,
Yeah,
Kurrajee, front of SeaWorld in the main channel, all the way down to Gold Coast Bridge pretty well.
Pretty much.
Yep.
So you want to be in the main channel, as Dougie just said, fast flowing water, and your jig must contact the bottom at times.
Yep, I'm going to go tomorrow morning, give it a crack actually, early before work.
Yep.
So there we go. So squid are definitely around, and the other thing that's happening is the whiting will be good up the river around the council chambers or hotter area at night time. Really good tides this week, at high tide there about 8, 9 o'clock, and then run out tide again into the night time. And at the back of wave break still on yabbies, unweighted yabbies, and the sandbanks around the Broadwater. A few big flatties around the northern bank of wave break there, opposite Bayview. And you'll get a few around the banks opposite Aqua there as well, in those little drains. And definitely worth trying the Seaway Wall this weekend with that good tide on the north wall and south wall. Give that a go. And Crab Island, still, obviously all the drains that come around from Crab up to the top of Sovereign, all worth trying. As those banks start to drop, they drop into those drains, troll up and down those little lures like Stu showed you before, or cast soft plastics. All works really well.
Prawns work really good this time of year, Dougie, because obviously there are still prawns running around.
So we just got a big order of these in, Stu.
Yeah. Little pop prawns, MMD.
He's
a little 75 size, 95 size.
Yep.
Fantastic. You can either rig them to obviously pop and fish them in that shallow water.
Yep.
Maybe if the tide's running in.
Yep.
But Dougie, I'll just put a jig head in that and just fish it like normal.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yep.
And they look so good. These are
Kanji.
a big order of those in too.
Last week.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we've got heaps of prawns at the moment. And we've got obviously tackled prawns and every other prawn
Every other one
made
as
down
well,
the shop is on in our shop.
Yep.
Stu, what are you going to do with these? You going to chase the Trevally or Jacks?
Yeah,
or
Trevally and Taylor and stuff like that.
Yep.
This time of year on the outside of Sovereign, we generally get a few as well.
Good.
Last of the run in. Good tides for it this weekend. Just on the little splash prawns and things like that. Hard up against that retaining wall. And dug it in the canals and stuff, still brimming and things like that as well. So.
That's right. Give that a go.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So the other thing we didn't talk about, which we're going to talk about right now, is the beach. So, look, we had talked to a few guys who've been fishing over at Kurrajee, so parking their boats at South Kurrajee, walking over the beach, and fishing at night time and getting a really good haul of tailor, and good, decent tailor as well. There's a good gutter there, as Stewie said earlier. Yeah. The spit's been not too bad as well, around Phillip Park's been not too bad, I think, and definitely down around Narrowneck, and also down further around Focus, and down at Nobby's Beach area. It's been good. Yep. You've been down at Burley Heads Rocks?
Yeah, Burley Heads the last couple of days. There's been a fair few around there as well.
Trevally as well, mate?
Trevally as well,
and they're getting Trevally GTs off up to about 60 or 70 centimetres off the groin at Talbudra as well.
Yep.
Yep. The other thing I was going to say was it might be worth it, because it's a beautiful weekend, it might be worth a go for whiting and dart. A lot of big dart in the surf at the moment. Along the Spit or anywhere we can find a nice sort of beach and the kids can enjoy while the swell's not too big. And just before we talked about offshore on the Taylor, if you want a safe area, often years ago, and it still works, is take my kids out to the artificial reef off Narrowneck, it doesn't break there in any small swell at all.
No, that's right.
And you troll around the bags, cast lures around the bags, heaps of tailor. That might be worth a crack as well.
Are they covered at the moment?
There maybe a bit of sand on top, maybe from the cyclone. That's a good question, actually,
that's
Stuart.
a good question.
If
anyone goes down there.
Please let us know in the comment section.
Yeah.
But that would be another alternative. Yeah. The dam, Stuart, we're at the dam now. Actually, before we go there, there's a few garfish around still too.
Yeah.
Top of the southern side of...
crab.
No, crab, yeah, northern side of crab, actually. Southern side of the island was Sovereign. Effron is the word, yep. That's the word. Effron Island, just around the back side of that. So where that yellow beacon is, a bit of weed bed there, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
And also between Crab Islands, not too bad on the edges of weed beds there as well. And also could try over at the end of the north wall of the seaway where the weed is there as well.
Yeah.
Give that a go. Okay, that's about it, Stu. So you go to the dam, so a few bass still around, mate?
Yeah, still a few. Obviously cold mornings, I mean, they're not really a fish that loves the cold, but they do go deep, as we say every week. So this time of year, I'd be fishing deeper stuff. Try to find them. If you find any schooling fish, it's great. A few guys have been throwing plastics like the little fish rollers and stuff like that up there. Find those schools. If you've got live scope, I mean, you're laughing, but if not, just your down scan on your sounder, you'll see them. And try to fish them amongst the schools and you're bound to catch a couple.
Sounds good. Okay, I think that's about it then, Stu, on the fishing report. Just to let you know a couple of things, we do have a deep dropping seminar tonight, Stuart.
We do.
Late night for us. So if you want to watch that, it'll be on our YouTube next week. If you want to come along, we were totally booked out. We are going to run it again in a couple of weeks' time. Or 3 weeks' time on the 3rd of July, I think it is. Yeah, so you're welcome to give the shop a call and book into it. And on that one, we're actually going to cover a little bit on jigging as well. Deep water jigging, which you love to do. I don't mind to do it. I like using electric on that one. And Stuart, the other thing we've got going at the moment is we've got our electric gear in because it's that time of the year. So we have some super deals on electric combos. And we have the Daiwa cashback at the moment.
They're still running their cashback,
which runs to the end of June. So it'll be at the best price that you see online, plus you get the cashback. And we've got all the stock here. Every reel they nearly make, I think we've got it stocked pretty well. And in electrics. And we do a super deal on the rod and the line as well. Okay, anything else you want to add to that, Stuart?
No, that's about it.
Okay. Fantastic, great. Okay, so everyone have a safe weekend out there. I hope you get a lot of fish. It's a great weekend. It's turning into a great weekend, hopefully. And please enjoy. And don't forget to follow us on our YouTube and Facebook pages. Thank you, bye.
Thanks, bye.